Hi, it's Philly, not from Philly, but from Hatteras. So from
Nope.
Outer Banks.
Duck.
This is all considered Outer Banks, babe.
No, but you said Hatteras.
Well, okay. Anyways, so we're getting a little bit judging. I got to turn down this volume, by the way, so this doesn't get in our thing. Just a second here, because I want to be able to see. All right, so Hubs is correcting me, but I'm not coming to you from my usual kitchen, as you can see. In fact, I want to make sure you see over here, we have a pot that we're going to be getting ready to do a Hatteras shrimp boil, because even though we are in duck specifically, the whole area from Kerala all the way down to the tip of Cape Hatteras is considered the Outer Banks. And the Outer Banks was something, a huge something, way before the Netflix show came on. And Outer Banks is actually a place that my family and myself have called vacation for many, many years. So growing up, we actually got away from the crowds of the Jersey Shore, and we went to Hatteras. And when we went down, actually on Hatteras Island, it was not only were there no lifeguards, but like you would have a family, and then way yards down you'd have another family. Like, it wasn't crowded, it was spacious, there wasn't air actually at that point. I think I've told you that.
Which would have been really difficult.
But we actually felt like we were kind of like doing the shore right, because you would hear the ocean, and then you would be a little warm. Some summers it was a little warm. So once there started being houses that would actually have air, we really did like it. Yeah. But in any event, and then when we had our kids, we decided to cut the shrimp, cut the trip a little short, and just go straight up to Duck.
You come across the bridge and just go a little bit north, and boom, right there.
Yeah, and that's where we have.
That's a great town. Great little
for
town.
A family. Our kids have grown up there, so they did not grow up going on Hatteras Island like I did. But the whole area that's considered the Outer Banks is a lovely, lovely place to vacation. Yep. I'm grateful to have all the memories I have growing up with cousins there, with families, friends, and now with our kids.
And what you can't see
that are no longer kids
is that we are looking directly at the ocean.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
It is very cool. So, but we're not here to talk about Hatteras. We are here for a shrimp boil. And growing up, I will have to say, I think I've mentioned it before, but shrimp, when I was little, were one of my favorite fascinations. I mean, I don't know how young I was when I first liked shrimp, but I don't remember not liking shrimp. So, and it became, and frankly, growing up, shrimp was not something you saw all the time. Like nowadays, you see shrimp at the grocery store. But back in the day, shrimp was a special occasion. And so, so in any event, so I loved shrimp. And one thing that my mom would always do.
Hi and bye.
He's outside grilling. He does not like shrimp, so he will not be partaking in the shrimp boil. Maddie is actually cooking hamburgers outside on the grill. So, but in any event, I love shrimp, you love shrimp, and I grew up with a shrimp boil. So, when you think about shrimp boils in restaurants, I'm sure they can get quite fancy, but we are being vacation real with you in so many respects, and we'll be referring to that throughout the stream. But this is not fancy. This is something super simple. Get the best shrimp you can and that your budget allows. For us, there was a time we splurged, so we always got the jumbo shrimp, the biggest shrimp we could get. These are local shrimp, and they are delicious. So I'm going to get this started right away because they need to cool a little bit before we eat them. So what I've done is I already brought a pot to boiling, but I'm going to get back to boiling. And in the meantime, I am going to add one of the most important ingredients, which is Old Bay seasoning. So this, I don't have a measurement, because it depends on how much shrimp you're boiling and how much water you have in. So I'm just going to put in what seems right. I'll tell you probably about how much. I don't know. I'm probably going to put in this isn't that much water, so maybe like 1/8 of a cup. It's not quite a quarter, so maybe 1/8 of a cup I'm putting in there. A few tablespoons. And then I also want to add a beer. So this is the beer that we often drink here on vacation because it's light. We add lime, it's refreshing, so we do Corona Light, but you could really add any beer. You wouldn't want to add like an IPA.
No.
You want it to be a lager or something.
Or a Pilsner.
something more refreshing. Just don't get into, I mean, you
think
love a complicated beer. That is not what you want to put in your
Right.
shrimp boil. You
I
want
think they
something light
actually
and
tell
crisp.
you like a lager or a pilsner.
And they often say something light. I don't mean it has to be like a light beer, but it should not be a heavy beer. It should be. So what will happen, in fact, I'll bring you all over to this, is a lot of times when you add beer, it'll kind of start bubbling up. So I'm just going to add it carefully so it doesn't boil over. You can see it does a lot of nice fizzing. And then we're going to let this come to a boil, and we're going to add our beautiful shrimp to it.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Now, also, when I grew up, we never, had our shrimp deveined. Like you just kind of dealt with that. So you could definitely do a lot of those hacks you see of how to devein shrimp. We're not gonna. That's not how I grew up. We poured the shrimp in when it was boiling, and if it bothered you, you picked it out. So I'm just going to be real. Now if it was a restaurant, I'm sure they would do it differently, but this is just how we grew up. It was quite simple, quite rustic, and absolutely delicious.
So when did you start doing this? When did you start liking shrimp?
Yeah, I was saying I don't remember. I've always liked shrimp, so I don't think I had shrimp as a baby.
Like started to have it? Was it like like 5, 6, 10?
I feel like it wouldn't be before 5, but I don't know for sure. Obviously, I want to ease these in, by the way. So I'm just going to get some of these in here.
These are beautiful shrimp, by the way.
They're gorgeous. These are jumbo.
Oh my goodness!
I'll show you.
Can I hold one up?
Yeah. Gorgeous. And I will say one year, we were at the market that we went to, they had the shrimp and they had their heads. And so we thought to ourselves, oh, let's do it that way. Like, you know what, we'll get more flavor. And I'm just going to be honest, we saw no difference in the taste. There was no difference. It was just a lot harder to peel. So, some people might disagree, but we tried it and we were like, yeah, okay. Like it's, So this is about ready to come to a boil. This is all going to cook pretty quick. So I'm going to get these in. Get the other ones in. And then it just takes a few minutes. When they are floating and they look pink, then they're going to come out. Even though they're jumbo, they won't take but a few minutes to cook, and you don't want to overcook them.
They're beautiful shrimp.
They're gorgeous. So we're going to get them all in there.
Do you want to do anything with the bread?
Yes. Can you just put the bread in there?
Yep.
I need to get a slice.
Is it already in? Or I mean, it's already on, right?
It is, yep. It's already on.
I can just shove it in, right?
So this is one of the things that I think is funny, is when you are at a vacation home, I don't know if this happens to y'all, but like you are at the whim of whatever happens to be in your house or not in your house. So there's no slide spoon, so I'm just getting a regular spoon, and I'm going to toss these around in here a little bit. It just cracks me up because truly, you never know what you're going to get till you go there. In fact, at this house, every time you go, at least what we have found, every time we go to a vacation place, you really have cruddy knives. But this year specifically, the knives have been horrendous. So look at that.
And the house
I can't tell you how much this smells. Like this smells so delicious. And that Old Bay, you can see how they're already. They're still going to need one more minute, but they are almost done.
Wow, it's quick.
They just cook quick, but that broth has so much flavor with the Old Bay. Now, I was looking up the history of the shrimp boil, and what a lot of people consider one of the first ones was the Low Country boil, which I think was in South Carolina.
Yep.
And so this is in the Carolinas too, but I don't know who started it. I just know I'm grateful. By the way, I'm getting a little of the spices and heat from that, and I'm going to cough. Let me wash my hands. So once these are cooked, which will be in just a minute, we are going to pour these out into a colander and let them just cool. Now, some years, if I recall correctly, I think we actually cooled them in the fridge and just ate them cold. But what we decided ultimately was we really preferred eating them warm. So peel and eat shrimp, you could do cold, but I think warm, especially the day you do it, is great. Yeah, these guys are done. It does not take long. So I'm going to turn off the heat. And I'm just going to pour this into the colander.
Need me to do anything?
And we'll take a look at these in just a little bit. Okay.
Anything with the bread or anything?
No. And there we go. Woo! Those smell awesome. Just let that go. I'm just going to actually put that like that so that's not covering up the sink. All right. So that part was easy. But, you know, man or woman cannot live on shrimp alone. So we're going to be making some other things. So, oh, Kath. Hey, Kathy. How are you? Let me show you where our shrimpies are right now. We just boiled our shrimp in the Old Bay, and they are cooling here until they are ready for us to eat in Old Bay beer and water. And they are beautiful. They're huge, and they will be delicious. We also have a baguette that we got from a local place. We have it in the oven, crisping up. And what I'm going to do for the remainder time is just make a salad. You know, we love salads here. And frankly, I think one of the things, and wouldn't you agree, sweetie, is having shrimp, salad, and bread is kind of like a great way to go. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to see. I don't think you're going to be able to see because, again, we don't have all of our equipment here. But no, I guess you're not going to see down here.
I can hold it if you want.
I don't know that you have to.
No, I'll hold it.
I don't know that I have to see everything. I'm just making a simple salad. I'll show you all.
Okay.
So, so what I'm going to do is earlier, and by the way, how are you doing, Kathy? I hope you are well. Yeah, it does look yummy. And you can see he has more sun than I even have, but we've all gotten a little sun today. So I like to, I just grab some of the towels that they have here and crisp up my lettuce. So we just got romaine. So some lovely romaine. So, pardon?
Yep.
So I'm just going to get this cut. You could, of course, do this by hand. And we don't bring a lot of things with us on vacation. Like we bring a lot of our favorite snacks and breads and things like that. But I didn't bring a ton of different seasonings. Like I brought the Old Bay. I brought some tahine, some smoked paprika, olive oil. You know, just some simple things. Not a ton. Just enough that we can make some salads. We actually... These days we tend to eat out a little more than eat in. So so we just will be eating in twice this week. The rest of the weeks we're going to be splurging.
And Catherine, OBX is great.
Yes. Yes, it is great. We're having great...
So the weather is going to be
we're having great
good
weather
the whole week.
Yes. Although yesterday and today, yesterday especially was really warm. And humid. That's a little more than I guess I need. That's fine. And tomorrow is supposed to be gorgeous and the humidity is supposed to go away. So what you could do for me is I'm going to give you a Ziploc bag. And would you mind putting that lettuce in there so we can have that for another time?
Sure.
I also bring Ziploc bags. So what do you all do when you go on vacation? Kathy, do you like to go to a certain place? Like we've gone to a certain place for years. And of course, one thing you bring is you're bringing like a few baggies and things like that. Just, you know, but the thing I think I'm going to start bringing after this vacation is knives, because there literally was the only knife we found that we could use. And this is not that big, like it's the size of my hand. It's a serrated knife. It's fine, but it's not a great knife. I mean, all their other knives, the chef's knives were horrible. And they're usually bad, but it was ridiculous.
We're trying to figure out how we're going to cut the bread.
Yeah, that's why I got a baguette, because we might need to just rip it. But that's how it is on vacation homes, right? You never know what you're going to get. And I really don't want to bring my whole kitchen with me. Oh, by the way, before I go into the salad, one of the things that you have to make, well, I think you have to make with a shrimp boil, is some cocktail sauce. So I put, you know, the scarce ingredients that we're using, I put below in the description. But we do not get super fancy with our cocktail sauce. The main thing Hubs especially likes is to have some of that nasal heat. So it's just ketchup and then the prepared horseradish.
You should have Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, you can do that, and lemon juice. There's all different things, but we just keep it, I mean, because we're on vacation, right? So we kind of want to keep it simple. We want to enjoy the beach, enjoy some good food, but frankly, everything tastes better at the beach.
Bread?
I don't think so. No, still good. In fact, we'll just turn that off. And maybe in 5 minutes, take it out. I'm going to have to cough again.
I'm going to set it.
That Old Bay, totally tasting it. So Hubs wanted this. I'm going to use a cracker, in fact, to taste it.
I already,
so that I could like it's going to blow your nose out. So, it's
fragrant.
It is definitely nasally. The thing I will tell you that's great about making this a little strong is that, the shrimp can be a little rich in a way. And so it kind of balances that.
Oh, it cuts
Matthew,
through.
welcome. Welcome. Good shrimp. Shrimp stuffed mushroom, shrimp milk flavor, chili shrimp. Oh, shrimp artichoke pasta, shrimp soup, fried shrimp, and shrimp bell pepper ravioli. Matthew, I take it you love shrimp. And Kathy said she used to go to Mexico Beach, Florida. I have never been there in the winter till Hurricane. I remember when Hurricane Michael came. I actually remember that one. Hey, DS, how are you? Say hi to Ruby for me. We've got the shrimp cooling over here. We boiled them briefly in some water, light beer, and some Old Bay seasoning. Earlier, I made a cocktail sauce with quite a bit of horseradish. Do you want to put that on the table?
Sure.
And now I'm just making a salad. We have a baguette that Hubs is going to take out of the oven in a moment. You know what? I'm going to do that because I think your hands aren't going to like that experience.
Well, you said 5
it's
minutes.
fine.
So okay.
It's fine. Yeah. So I'm going to actually just put this here. Let that cool a little bit so it doesn't get soggy in the bottom. And now, so I'm just making a little salad. So you all know, in fact, I was so excited because here they have one of those olive oil and vinegar places. So I got more of that blood orange infused olive oil.
Yep.
So I got some there. So we have a brand new big bottle, and I'm going to use up my little bottle. So I'm going to add to our salad, going with the fruit theme. We've got a romaine. There were some great peaches at the little fresh fruits and veggie market. So we're going to do that first.
Right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So show everybody the shrimp or no? Because there's new people on.
Let me just finish the salad, and then we'll show the shrimp. We'll show the shrimp then.
Show the shrimp.
We'll show the shrimp. Look at that gorgeous peach. I'm pretty sure these are probably Carolina peaches.
What makes you think that?
Because I bet you they get their stuff local.
I was joking.
Oh. He was joking. I must have missed it. So DS, we were talking about, Kathy was letting us know where she likes to vacation. Matt, feel free to let us know where you like to vacation. I've grown up coming here to the Outer Banks. You're new to it. That's actually where he first met my folks, was on the Outer Banks. And fun fact, when I picked him up from the Norfolk airport and drove him down to the house that my family was staying, that was renting, the power had gone out on the island. That's the only time I ever remember the power ever going out on the island. It was pitch black, and I could barely find the street that our house that we were renting was on.
And then I had to try to go inside and try to find the room that I was sleeping in, which was like
staying with one of the friend's sons there.
Yeah. And
it
try
was hysterical.
Not to jump into the same bed as him,
He had a lot of trust in me with that experience because literally the house is pitch black. We're feeling our way through the hallways. I'm like, okay, this is where you're going to sleep. Good night. See you tomorrow. Everyone had gone to bed because of the power. I think everyone just went to bed early.
And then the next morning, I had to come down.
Hello.
Like, hello.
Because it wasn't just my family; it was some of our friends.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, it was funny. And you stayed with me, and they liked him. They liked you. They liked you. Wow. So this is my son Matt has hermetically sealed. And you're going to Puerto Rico in the spring. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, I don't know what he did, but like this thing.
So our niece has just been to Puerto Rico
twice. Yes.
Recently.
She went there with a friend.
Most recently.
She
went by herself the first time.
Yeah. Power to her for doing that.
Yeah.
I did that once, just going on a not to Puerto Rico, but to just a vacation spot by myself, just to kind of be like, yes, I can go on a trip by myself.
I did that too, actually.
Yeah. All right, so let me get a little bit of red onion here for a salad. I'm going to slice it thin. Oh, the other thing we don't have, I don't know if you all have this when you rent homes. There is one cutting board, and notoriously cutting boards are disgusting. And this one was super disgusting, and there was one. So we're just using paper plates because you got to do what you got to do. So DS, this is the one knife that works, the only one. And we're just using paper plates. So, but you know what? That's what vacation's all about, right?
So DS, no. Oh, Eugenia's on.
Oh, hey, Eugenia.
So DS, no, it's not an Airbnb. Uh-oh, we're like getting fuzzy.
Uh-oh, we are getting fuzzy. I think our signal's going a little bit. Sorry about that, friends. And we might, because this is like not our typical, internet. So it might, and it's really windy here.
So no,
Sorry
it's
for
not
the
an
fuzz.
Airbnb. Down here, there's like there's a
Rental,
number
little
of
realty companies.
realty companies.
Yes.
Like, and there's one called Twitty. There's one called Carolina Designs.
all
Those are the
different
two
kinds.
biggest. And so they rent like all the houses down
Yeah,
here. And
like
the
a lot of-
houses are spectacular.
A lot of
you know.
places are, I feel like, are like
Yeah.
that. I mean, they probably do have some Airbnb, but
But it's mostly realty, Twitty or Carolina Design or Sun Realty
yeah.
or
And we've been
Southern
doing this
Shores.
for years, and so it was way before Airbnb and all that stuff. It was always just the realty companies.
It's kind of stayed that way.
Yeah, I bet you there are some that are unbeknownst to us, but
It's something actually that we should throw away.
thank you.
We
All
should
right,
probably
so
look at.
friends, this is what we got. We are just doing a vacation salad of romaine, red onion, and fresh peaches. I'm going to be doing some salt and pepper on that. I did not want to bring my big old pepper grinder, so I'm using pre-ground pepper, which makes me wince just a little bit, but I'm going to have to open my foodie heart to like not be so hard on myself. A little pepper there. Now we'll just add a little more. And then I'm just going, and I know you can't see what I'm doing. You hold that. And then I'm just going to dress it in the easiest way possible by putting some of my white balsamic on it. This is like the easiest dressing.
Kind of crazy with that.
Nope. And then some of the blood orange infused olive oil.
Want me to mix it?
Nope. Just let that sit a second.
Getting fuzzy
Okay.
again.
We're getting busy. Sorry for the thing. Again, we are in the Outer Banks, and it is a windy day, and I'm not sure how that affects the signal. So we're
show the
doing our
shrimp?
best.
Can we show the
So
shrimp?
I'm going to actually bring it over there because they'll see it better if I
Okay.
bring the camera. So let me show you all the shrimp if you missed that. So here we go. Whoop, there we go. So there's the shrimp that we are going to be putting in a bowl and bringing to the table in a minute. They are delicious. And we've got our baguette. And again, this is just a rental kitchen, so you've got lots of stuff going on. So I question before we, try the shrimp and do all that good stuff. Oh, actually, will you bring the...
Eugenia says my kids live in NC and vacation at Myrtle Beach.
Oh, Myrtle Beach is a great place. That's awesome. Will you bring the cocktail sauce? Because we're going to need that when we taste the shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
But before, I just was wondering, do you guys have favorite meals that you like to eat when you're on vacation? Like, is there a certain meal that you cook? For us, it was always the shrimp boil. And so I wanted to keep that. You can just lay that down right next to it.
We're actually going to cook in on Thursday. We're doing steaks and
Crab legs for wifey.
crab legs for you and
Yeah.
and I think tuna for me, right?
Tuna for you.
Yep.
Seared
And
tuna for
Matt will
him.
do a steak.
Oh, Matt's going to do tuna, right? Or crab legs.
Yeah.
No. But I don't know. I mean, like, I think family traditions are awesome. And so for us, that shrimp boil always was where it was at.
Yep.
So let's see here. I love the salad. Great summer salad. I love white balsamic. Yeah, so if you all have meals that you like, that you enjoy on vacation, be sure to let us know. I'm going to get a couple shrimp for us to try. Pick some good ones. All right. So these are the beauties.
Peel and eat.
Picking, peel and eat. So let's peel. So what we do at the table is we always have bowls that are out for the shrimp peel. Lots of napkins, lots of extra napkins. And then we're having our salad and our baguette. Just keeping it super simple. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Gorgeous. And then I'm just going to put a little... I'm just going to put a little bit of the sauce on there. Whoop. There you go. Remember, this is nasal passage sauce. Lots of horseradish on it. Cheers, sweetie. And in case, woo!
So good.
It blows your nose through. And in case any didn't believe that was cooked through, that few minutes, it was cooked through. These are snappy. They're not mushy.
Snappy.
They're not rubbery. They're perfectly cooked.
They're good.
And they're not too hot now.
Awesome.
And that sauce makes sure you're awake.
It
You
does.
know. Now, of course, you can all use less if you'd like. That was delicious.
I'm a horseradish guy.
That was awesome. Let me just rinse my hands.
Oh, if we go to the coast, we have oysters and Dungeness crab. Yeah.
Ooh, Dungeness. Oh my gosh.
I'm
That
spoiled
sounds
here.
phenomenal.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Extra horseradish.
Yo, there's extra here. Absolutely. Well, friends, cheers to you. I know this is just a short little ditty, but I did want to share one of our family traditions. And we have bets on whether Maddie will be enjoying the burger.
No, I think he's gonna be.
You think he'll be
pretty
done?
soon? Yeah.
Because it's 5:30, which I told him.
Charcoal is good.
I told him we'd be eating sometime between 5:30 and 5:45. And because of his late start, we were having bets that it was going to be 6:30 by the time he got his burger done.
I think he's going to be
he'll
good.
Soon? All right.
Yep.
Well, friends, thanks for popping in us during our vacation. We'll be posting more pics of yummy food. One of our favorite restaurants we go to here called the Blue Point will be later this week, so we'll be sure and post pictures. Although the place is a little dimly lit, so the pictures might not come out
Friday?
as nice. Yeah, I think so.
Friday.
But so yes, so just all my love out to everyone, and I hope you are enjoying the end of your summer. And thanks for all popping on. And until we eat again. Oh, by the way, the next one will be next week when I'm going to just drag summer a little longer, get some the last of the Jersey summer corn, sweet corn, and make a Jersey corn salad. This was something, you haven't had this for a while, where I would make, and instead of lettuce as the base, corn is the base. And then we add, and we often add shrimp to that because we love shrimp, but maybe I'll do a surprise seafood instead of shrimp. We'll have to see. But yeah, so that'll be next week. I don't remember which day, but I will prompt you and let y'all know when it is. So until we eat again, friends, all our love out to you guys. Have a great summer, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.